Herencia Session is an intimate moment shared with a Pan-African artist where we offered a safe space to support, to gather and to put light on the community. I don't want to make you wait any longer, and I will welcome our artist tonight, Tonia Richii, por favor, please. Thank you for being here, Tonia.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please tell us first, where do you come from?
I'm second generation, or actually maybe even third generation British. My grandparents, they moved from Dominica, a little island, not Republic.
Not Dominica, Dominica in the Caribbean, no?
Exactly. Hackney, I'm a Hackney girl. Born and raised in London. Concrete jungle.
I want to talk about the songs you're going to play today.
The Need to Know. The Need to Know is a passionate love song about my man. It's filled with love, hurt, lust, a lot of passion, and it kind of tells a little story on how we first met and me declaring my love to him.
Cold on my skin urges me to let you in, though I know it's a crime. I can't seem to even find what you would call consciousness. About her, I can't care less. You know I got to ease your loneliness. I put my thoughts to words and I confess this love would flow deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Yeah. You know I need to know you. You know I need to take care of you. I know you need to know. I know you need this love that's true.
Did you grow up surrounded by music?
Totally. My dad's a bassist.
Oh.
And my mother taught me how to sing, really, and how to play the guitar. I watched a movie called Queen of the Damned.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main characters, or the main character, was a violinist. And I fell in love with electronic violin.
Okay.
So I was like, Mom, I really want a violin. And she took me to the store and she was like, okay, let's see what the cheapest
go.
one is, you know? She saw it was like £200 and she was like, okay. So you teach me that you know how to learn an instrument. I give you the guitar instead. So my mom gave me my grandfather's guitar and I fell in love with that instrument instead.
So guitar is your first instrument?
Yeah. The thing is, my mother, she's quite musical, but she wouldn't call herself a musician.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me how to harmonize with music and vocally with Soundgarden. We were just listening to music and just singing on top of my favorite artists, or her favorite artists, which are my favorite artists.
Okay.
And she taught me how to sing.
And so when you grew up, how did it go?
Well, it started when I was around 8 years old. My mother had just bought the debut album of Björk.
Uh-huh.
And it blew my mind. I wasn't supposed to touch any of her CDs because, you know, kids break everything.
I know.
But I snuck downstairs, I opened that CD, I put it in, and I pulled out the little booklet with all the lyrics, and I started singing her songs. And one day she came, I felt the door open, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble. She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, with the booklet, looking cute. I was like, I just want to sing. And she was like, okay. And she let me use her CDs.
What about the song Surreal?
Surreal, basically, I explain how stressed out it was for me to really stop and see my position in life. And everyone, I think, had that, was like, okay, now we don't have to do anything. Who are you? What have you done to get to this point? Are you happy? You know, like that feeling of, wow, there's nothing else I can do but be here with myself.
Yeah.
And think and reflect.
I need some time to sink this in. It's taken its toll on me. And with this time we've been given, there's so much I can see. My head is aching, and I don't need to fall asleep, but my thoughts, they just surround me. Sometimes I feel I'll never win, then I smoke and make it cloudy. Everything's a riddle, can't go outside. Feeling I'm a sinner, I guess that's life. If nothing is for real, why all this hype? It's surreal to me.
And so from that, the first music that you've been playing, how did it sound?
I was really into like folk rock. Yeah. So when I started playing, I played more music along the lines of Avril Lavigne, Alanis Morissette, those kind of songs, you know. So the thing is, I was noticed by a production company called Rising Tide, and they were basically supporting young Black artists in Hackney. And they really, really loved my vibe, they loved my music, but they put me in a whole group of musicians that were gospel, R&B, hip-hop, and that grime.
I mean, supporting Black artists. No?
And it was amazing. And I came in with my folk. So we were then starting to do more concerts around in London. But every concert that I did with these people was basically geared towards that group of music.
Okay.
So when I came on the stage, I had all these people that were in front, like ready to bogle or something. And I would just come out like, la, na, da, la, na, da, da, singing like all this really folky music, which they would deem white. And I would have like the most blank response from the audience, and I was like, oh my God, I suck. But I didn't know that at the time. I just needed to be in an audience or perform for an audience that appreciated that kind of music.
And so what would you say your biggest struggles or fights are?
Biggest struggles and fights. I'm gonna take my time on that one. Well, to be truly honest, I think a lot of people can relate to that fear of what people think of you. And needing to clean that aspect out of your mind, clean it out, is something that takes real elbow grease. You know, it comes from my childhood, right back to traumas in my childhood, being bullied, being teased, you know. Even though I stepped over, there were still many scars that I am still today overcoming.
It's not easy, but how have you overcome those fears and those insecurities? Have you overcome them?
Sometimes I feel super confident. Sometimes I feel really down in the dumps. It's a work in progress every day. Even though I've been performing on stage for so many years, I still get that jolt of nervousness, like, oh, what if I fall off the stage? Or, oh, what if I hit the wrong note, or I forget the words? And when I'm actually performing. and I make a mistake on the stage, it makes me feel even more comfortable. It reminds me how human I am and how human we are.
And so, talking about that in your songs, what about We Are the Power?
We are the power. One thing that really bugged me was the death of, or shall I say, the murder of George Floyd. I'm not one to protest, go out on the streets and with banners. I've never really known how to express myself with this angst that I feel with these kinds of subjects. And so I decided, like, hey, make a song out of it, you know? Sing. Music is power, you know, art is power. So that's one of the ways that I feel like I can actually express myself about these terrible things that are going on in the planet. So I picked up my guitar and I literally wrote that song within an hour. This song is called We Are the Power. You already know what it's about. I feel we can bound together, whatever race, whatever skin color, and make this world a better place. There is no need for violence. Check it. Draw a red cross on your head. Targets for the ones who want you dead. My skin that's born from sun that shines, seen and scorned by ones who are so blind. Yeah, yeah. You see a face and nappy hair, brown human race, you keep us in despair. Oh no, 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 no. A straw that broke the camel's back. You killed Floyd, how do you think we would react? Said we have the power to right this wrong, learn this deep lesson. Officer, I beg you please, why for you to be tall, you keep me on my knees. Why, to all the people just like you, wake up and answer for what you got to lose. Change our ways and make this a better world. Said we have the power to right this wrong, learn this deep lesson.
I have a couple more questions for you.
Go ahead.
Like, for you, what is music?
What is music?
I know. It's not, yeah.
I mean... I have
question.
been asked this before, and it's still the same. The highest emotion and the deepest darkness inside of one person. Mm-hmm. It's everything in between. Music is everything. I made this song for myself and anyone who feels like me. Any drifters that kind of drift into that dark loophole that we sometimes fall in when we're not feeling good. And it's basically explaining, like, if you snooze too much, you're going to lose out. So get up and groove.
That talks to me directly.
Yeah,
I'm a heavy snoozer.
Yeah, snoozing constantly. I've experienced firsthand how music can cure a person, even if it is for a moment or a little while. I experienced some friends of mine who was dying of cancer, and he couldn't really, his mobility was all off, kind of drifting off into space and bouncing into things, breaking glasses, and we were kind of like a toddler again, you know, and it was quite sad knowing that he was going to leave us, you know. But he is a musician, and as soon as he picked up his harp, his harmonica, he was brand new. Brand new. I mean, from this bumbling, dizzy human being to someone who's keeping a beat, and I was like, wait a minute, what? How is this even possible, you know? And I found the music was so therapeutic that it even kind of put him in reverse, like he wasn't sick anymore, just for that little moment. And I it's powerful, it's really powerful stuff to see.
Waiting for some time to find myself in some light that shines. When I get there, don't you know how I've tried to release myself from the shackles I've hired. I can wait there in despair, crying the blues, crying the blues. I've been singing on this song, trying to bring people together so we can all just get along, get along. Can we just get there? Don't you know we gotta try to hold on to those drifters and not let our love die. Come alive, come alive. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta groove, gotta groove. Oh, we gotta groove. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. Yeah. Life could be hard, but you got to groove, 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 groove. Snooze, you lose.